Peace, peace, peace. What's good, family? If you're watching this video, you're either on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. I'm going to send it out to all of those social media sites. I wanted to do a video about, or I want to do videos about topics that I'm interested in and that I have some expertise or experience in. And one of the things that I want to talk about that I haven't really did a video on myself is on relationships. About 15 years ago, I wrote a book called Dating Games, A Brother Speaks Up, which really outlined my own life dating experiences as well as the dating and marriage experiences of my now deceased mom. Well, I just found out about 2 weeks ago that my stepfather, who had given my mom a lot of grief, passed away. And he was the inspiration, or that marriage was the inspiration, part of the inspiration of me writing the book, Dating Games, A Brother Speaks Up. I am working on editing the book, re-editing the book, and updating it so I could release it at least in ebook form. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, I'm going to start doing videos entitled Dating Games, A Brother Speaks Up. And this is my introduction. Now, I was told by one of my YouTube friends, the unapologetic and Negropean, that in order for me to get more views, I should make videos that are at least 10 minutes long. And to this point, I've been making videos that just, a lot of them I get from Instagram and other places online. They've been short because I understand that people have a short attention span. But in order for me to get to the more viewers, in order for me to get to, eventually monetize my content, I'm going to need more views. And so I'm going to make this video at least 10 minutes long. And pay attention closely. This is the introduction. So again, my book is entitled Dating Games, A Brother Speaks Up. It'll be available probably mid-December, possibly before. I'll let you guys know. Okay, so Dating Games, A Brother Speaks Up basically is a kind of insights into how a lot of brothers think, black men and men in general, black men in particular, about dating and relationships. And I think that it's really important that we realize that it's not an education process for male and female to develop healthy relationships. We have, classes in high school, at least I did, and I know some of you have had classes on how to put on a condom, even a diaphragm for women, and learning about safe sex. We learn how to drive a car in school. We go to driver training classes in school. We even had to, I went to school in San Francisco, California. So we even had to be able to pass a swim test in order to graduate high school. We have to know our 3 R's, reading, writing, arithmetic. We have to be proficient in levels of testing in order to graduate from high school. But nowhere in this process are we giving tools to be literate in relationships, dating and relationships. Not to mention just really developing interpersonal relationships on how to relate and deal with the opposite sex. As men, as boys and girls, youth, men to women, we are not giving this knowledge. And so what I'm going to try to do is give out some of the things that I've learned and some of the things that I've witnessed Now, I do have a disclaimer. I have never been married and I don't have children. However, I do have over 15 years experience in working with couples. And I've had almost seems like a lifetime of dating experiences myself. So I want to just say that I have a level of expertise and experience, but I'm not trying to be or saying that I'm like the super duper expert and that you must follow everything I say verbatim. I'm just, a decent brother that learned from the mistakes of my mother and my father. Some of the mistakes and some of the right things that they did in life. Both of them are deceased now. Both of them also passed away, I feel like, to a certain level with a broken heart. My mother's situation is way deep because she died as a direct result after her husband left her, which I'll, talk about more in the future. But, I think one of the problems that we have as men and women, as male and females in general, and black men and women in particular, is the fact that we don't really invest in relationship knowledge and relationship literacy. We don't read enough books. A lot of times we're not around the right people that are in healthy relationships that can give us the guidance. And a lot of times we focus on the wrong things, and yet we wonder why we are always unhappy in our dating relationship situations. A lot of us put time into our bodies. We work on our bodies. We work out. Some of us even get, surgeries and procedures. While, others of us, work on how we look, in terms of our hair. For women, how their hair, and these brothers grooming their beards and all this other stuff. Presentation is definitely important. Don't get me wrong. But how often do we actually read books and, like I say, really educate ourselves on healthy relationships, starting with the relationship that we have with ourselves? So this is something, self-development, human development. This is one of the things that I'm really into. I have a degree, a bachelor's of science in social work. Like I say, I've worked with singles, I worked with dating people, I've worked with married people, and I observed what my mom went through, as well as a lot of people in my family, in my community. So, we really have to ask ourselves, how literate are we in relationships? And how, honest are we about our own relationship to our own self? Do we love ourselves? And if we love ourselves, how do we display that love? How do we put that love out there in the world? Like, really, have we dealt with our own issues, and some of the things that stop us from having healthy relationships? And a lot of times, we have unresolved issues from not only previous relationships, but unresolved issues that deal with family issues. Many of us were abused in one way or another, be it physically, be it sexually, but most of the time emotionally abused and not given the tools, to have a healthy relationship. And it's funny because you see in our community, a big emphasis on financial literacy on one hand, and then you hear a big emphasis on like culture. Who are we as a people? Who are we during the time of Trump and now going into Biden? You hear a lot about that, and of course, voting and stuff like that. But how many of us are really, at a point now where, where's the focus on healthy relationship literacy? So that's very, very important. So right now, I'm also fighting the urge to start a GoFundMe, PayPal campaign, because I kind of hate when people do that. It's just kind of annoying and stuff like that. But probably sooner than later, I will start this. I do work. I hustle and grind. I do food delivery. It's hard to sometimes it's getting cold out, and I work outside in the elements off of a bike. So my personal story too, as some of you may know, is that I had a house fire on March the 12th, and I've been basically living in hotels ever since. I'm in what they call an SRO now, single room occupancy, where I share, cooking and bathroom facilities with like 3 or 4 other people. So, and I'm near to getting apartment. Should be getting an apartment within the next 2 or 3 weeks. I'm happy about that. But life has been a struggle, and for a lot of my life, I've helped a lot of people personally. I've been involved in the Occupy movement, in the Black Lives Matter movement. Made a lot of sacrifices and a lot of service, and provided services for a lot of people, as well as my professional experience as a caseworker and case manager and therapist. So I have a lot of life experiences, to share, and a lot of knowledge to share. And I think that we have to get to a point where, when we value or need this information, that we should be able to pay for it, support it. A lot of people support Oprah Winfrey and the things that she does. And I think she does decent things. Yana Van Zant, other personal development, new age people. And so eventually, this is one of the things I'm going to do as well. I'm going to be talking about politics, culture, and other things as well. But anyway, so I want to introduce you to Dating Games, A Brother Speaks Up. And stay tuned to the next episode. Definitely like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends I'm trying to get to 1,000. When I get to 1,000, I can start doing live streams. But you can find me on Facebook under Sumumba Sobukwe, Sumumba. First name, second name, Sobukwe. Same thing on Twitter, same thing on Instagram. So that's all I want to say for now. I hope you guys are having a great day. It's getting cold outside. Oh, let me say this. One good thing I'm just realizing about wearing a mask, because I know some of y'all know it's very annoying it is for me as well, is that when it gets cold outside, that mask kind of helps keep you warm as well. So just consider that as you move forward. But anyway, I went well over 10 minutes, 12 minutes now. So please like, share, subscribe, help me get to 1,000, and let's move forward. I love you guys. Hope you guys are having a great day. I'll holler at you soon. Peace.